Hey everybody, it's time to swing with still swinging. And I'm your host, Thomas. And today, family, we got my girl Ashley Dalton up. Look, Ask Ashley got a show on YouTube, nice program. Listen, one of my subscribers recommended it to me. And listen, I seen about a minute of it, family. Yeah, it's right up our alley. Look, family, she a nice looking lady, all right? She looking for herself a certain kind of man. Let's see if we can help her find one.
Hi, Kelsey. Welcome in.
Hi, how are y'all?
Good. Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. What brings you up tonight?
So I'm really I'm 32 and I'm just ready for like a real relationship more than anything. And I just want to know what I can do better to attract the type of man that I would want.
Are you putting yourself out there? Like from your vibe to me, your vibe is very like she would be a good mom. She's not super high maintenance. I don't get that. Not saying that in a bad way. You just seem like easy to get along with. So what are you attracting right now?
And I feel like this is like really consistent. Men know what to do to get the woman that's in front of them. Kind of like what you said, you give mom, you give like you'll be.
They're saying down to earth. I think down to earth.
Yeah. I am that person. I am very down to earth, but the type of
I said, and sorry to cut you off, Kelsey. I said that to say that I think like most men would like you. That's why I said what I said. I'm like, okay, natural hair, natural beauty, not too high maintenance. Seem like you went to college. Like, did you go to college?
I did.
Yeah, like you need where were those guys? The guys who went to college, who had a mom and dad. Where you're not dating those type of guys. Where are they? What's going on? That seems like right up your alley.
Those are the type of men that I would be attracted to, and those are the type of men I would want to date. So there is one guy who I actually dated maybe like a few years ago, and it just so happened we were from the same city. I live in Los Angeles right now, but I'm from.
First thoughts, family. Nice looking woman. Nice looking woman. All right. Attractive. I think Ashley gave our fair assessment. I think the assessment was fair, fellas. See, listen, the difference between her and Ashley is obvious when you're a man like me. Ashley gonna run through somebody's paper. She just don't look like that type of woman. Listen, Ashley, the type of women you're gonna find around men like me. Them women you can deal with for 2 weeks. She looked like something you could believe in. You feel me? She looked like something I would want to go the distance with. Ashley, I could never believe in her. She just looked like all the women that been running through my life. Not her particularly, because Ashley not my type. See, most people got a type, but most people can't get that type. I got a type and can get her. You're gonna see me. She gonna look like Lotto. She just is. That's why all my friends say all your girls look alike. They just look the same because I understand that most people got a type but can't get them. Yeah, most women, just like most men, y'all got a type but can't get them. All right, listen, it don't change. She want the type of man Ashley get. Guys who gonna come and play with her. All right, she'll get a man who's serious about her, but he ain't got all this money to drop on her. And that's what she want. She want Ashley life and the guys Ashley get to be serious about her. That's not how it go, baby girl. You should respect and appreciate what you got. But as always, can't do it. They can't grow up. And baby girl, you 32. All right. You don't want to get 42. All right. You think the game rough now. It's just going to keep getting rougher. Girl, you better get serious.
Houston. And so this was when I was door dashing at the time. I was going back to school and I door dashed some food to him. He then messaged me on the app and was like, hey, if you aren't doing anything tonight, let's get something to drink. That night, we rescheduled for the next day. Each time we hung out after then, we had just a really good time. It was just very easy, breezy, lemon squeezy, okay? We never were intimate, and I just let people know that who I'm speaking with, because I feel like that's an important factor. He wound up having to move due to his job. But if I can...
You gotta let her know that you're not intimate with, so you dating other men too. You gotta let them know that you're not intimate with him. You come and tell me you hanging out with some man, you intimate with him. I don't know what you think you just said, but you come and tell me you hanging out with a man, that's intimacy. Maybe you think intimacy is just sex. You hanging out with a man, you intimate with him.
I can say I really enjoyed him, and I felt as though he enjoyed me too. However, during the week, I didn't hear from him. But when we saw each other on the weekend, it was amazing. He asked me to dinner, all these things. He did say he's pretty inundated with work, and it's just about work. But you make time for what you want to make time for. So just
when did the very last date? You're saying after that very last date, he became distant. So what changed on that date?
Well, I'm not nothing necessarily.
You see, most men not gonna come into your life and start something new with you. What I mean is, you don't look like it take a bunch of money to come and get you. Men not gonna think that when they see you. When they see Ashley, they're gonna think they're gonna need to be rolling. They'll come and talk to Ashley. They're not gonna think that when they see you. You're gonna be more approachable, but you're gonna be more approachable to different kind of men. And those kind of men not gonna be rich probably, but they gonna be some good men, some really good men. And you're looking for some men that's gonna come and play with you.
Necessarily changed because he was pretty consistent. The first time we went out, we had a nice time. We stayed out maybe for a few hours. The next time he messaged me was about a week later, maybe during the week. I would say maybe like a Wednesday or Thursday. I think we went out Saturday or Sunday. And I didn't hear from him until the end of the week. Hey, would you like to join me for dinner? Very, forward, very gentlemanlike. All I had to do was just show up and look cute. I loved that. Oh my God. What happened?
Everyone in the chat is saying it sounds like he may be married.
Listen, you don't understand, family, why she going through all of this. He that dude she never get. He that dude that never pay her no mind. And she still don't get, he still ain't really paying her no mind. All right? She one of them chicks, I meet her and be attracted to her. Then once I talk to her, I can't get interested in her. Because she wants some stuff from me that she ain't getting. Because it don't cost that. And you know that's not what your boyfriends do with you. And I ain't going to start doing that with you because I'm a man. I'm a cost benefit calculator. I ain't paying no more for you than the last dude paid for you. I ain't coming and paying more. You think I'm slow? No. All right, you're going to get the same thing you've been getting. All right, if you ain't going to show up to me in a pair of Air Max and think I'm going to buy you a pair of Chanel's. No. Listen, I already can see that, listen, she going to cost me a pair of Chanel shoes and probably a bag. And if it's 2 weeks, a couple bags and a couple pair of shoes. All right. Few steaks and lobsters. Because trust me, she gonna get on your nerves, Ashley. And shout out to you, Ashley. But listen, trust me.
That's what everyone, the guys and girls are saying that.
So, right. He's not married though. I've been to his house a couple times, both when he lived in LA and now that he lives in the Bay. I've been to his house a few times. I did my little, FBI-ish. And I didn't see any remnants of other women. However, I can't say for sure, but I don't think he was married. I also think that he's a man who has a lot of options. He travels a lot.
You in California.
He's very handsome. He's smart as well. And
Listen, she gonna believe whatever the best case scenario is that go along with what her fantasy whatever fantasy she need to believe. All right, she caught up in some dude who ain't thinking about her. All right, trust me. She caught up in some dude who ain't caught up in her. Ain't gonna never be. She wasting her time and she 32 years old. She too old for this. She too old for this. Girl, you almost too old to grow up. All right, you better grow up. You better get serious or you're going to be 42 next. And it's going to be impossible.
Everybody loves a man from the South, period, okay? So.
Yeah, I think, I don't know what happened, but maybe it just kind of, the attraction maybe kind of just died out a little bit. Not saying you're not beautiful. I'm not saying that, but maybe it's like, okay, maybe this isn't for me after a couple of dates and maybe he's just.
It's not that, bro. It's not that. Bro, she boring. I'm a live dude. All right, listen, I'm going to get it cracking. All right, she hanging with me. We hitting all the spots. We eat, we party and it's on. All right, you rolling with me. You're going to see the street in 3D. All right, straight up. I can't have her with me. No.
Not that into you anymore. So it's like, do we have other options? Are there other guys?
So that was the
LA is one of those cities, it's one of those places. LA.
I get her in trouble, fellas. You can't get her in trouble.
It's right up there with Miami for dating. Yeah, the competition is stiff. I don't like to throw that out, but I'm just saying there's a lot of beautiful women in LA. Yeah, she's like it is.
And to answer your question, as far as where the guys that seem intelligent and are all these things, I brought him up because he was one of those guys that I was interested in. But the other men that I meet, I go to the gym. I met one guy at the gym. We had a good conversation. We exchanged information. He followed me on Instagram. 6 months later, he calls me. Hey, Kelsey, how's it going? I'm like, who is this? He was busy with his building his business. And at 8 p.m. on a Wednesday night, he decided that now he has time and, he wants to prioritize dating. So it's a lot of men who will say what sounds good. And I'll go out with them for a couple times, but I'm a very no nonsense type of woman as well.
I was going to say a New York guy, and you said no nonsense. I feel like a New York guy.
Baby girl, get this right. Yeah, men going to say whatever sound good. So are you. You say whatever sound good too. Listen, y'all don't have no self-awareness, and you quick to do something to somebody that you wouldn't want done to you. And instead of just telling this man what you're looking for, you think you need to be scheming on it. And you think he need to take that serious. No, you tell him what you ain't gonna tell him what you're looking for because you know that's not what he looking for. You're trying to find him some way to get to be look, or that's not what he looking for with you. And you're trying to figure out a way to get him to be looking for that with you. And it ain't no way to get him to do that. He either gotta want that or he don't. You ain't gonna be able to make him, baby girl. And you sitting here wasting your time, wishing on a star. He that dude that don't never pay you no mind. He still ain't paying you no mind.
Even Chicago, like that type of guy.
I'm down.
Yeah, I think Chicago or even New York.
I'm definitely interested. Yes, who choose someone that chooses you too. And I think
y'all
that's
saying everyone is terrible today. Y'all saying there's no one in LA for her. Okay, where's she to go? Where's she to go? Okay, where's she to go?
Fellas. Sorry, fam. Fellas, you know how many dudes I know that would love to have her, would treat her right? They make good money. They ain't rolling. They make good money. They live nice lives, real comfortable lives. They the kind of men she get. Trust me, they work hard, bro. They work hard. They put it in. They some good friends of mine. They watch this. Bro, they would love to have her. That ain't who she looking for. She won't just go take the best of them because she can get the best of what she wants something she ain't gonna get. All right, she chasing a dream. And she 32 years old, fellas. You know, she think 32 for a woman like 32 for a man. When I was in my 30s, there was no way I would be dealing with a 30-year-old woman. All right, when I was in my 30s, from 30 to 39, listen, my women was in their 20s. Any chick within their 30s was automatically getting played with.
A man who that I would like to date, who is intelligent, handsome.
They're saying, would you be willing to date outside of your race? And do men outside of your race approach you? Let me ask that.
No.
Okay, so then no. Let's go based off of who she's attracting. So there's two things you can do. There's either you can move or you can change up your look. You can change up.
All right, Ashley, you got a lot of points with me. Because most women would have just let her dream right there and told her, yeah, just go get yourself a white man. You see how real she just kept it with her? I like that, Ashley. Listen, I'm getting introduced to your program today with all my peoples who come and go and watch this. All right, this is the first one I laid with you, but it ain't going to be the last. Trust me. I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I'm loving how you just kept it real with her. Listen, those kind of, just go get yourself a white man don't talk to you. What do you mean? Just go. If you would have been done that, if you could have done that. Maybe you think that make you look some kind of like you're going to do something. You ain't going to do nothing. If white men ain't been talking to you, they're not going to start.
Look, that doesn't mean I'm not saying weave and a bunch of makeup and a super short dress, but it's time to change up the look.
Okay.
It's time to level up. From maybe girl, you can still do girl next door, but elevated girl next door.
White men seen you before. Yeah, you too. White men seen you before.
Okay. What do you mean by okay? So let me ask you this, and I'm gonna ask you, what does elevated girl next door mean? Can you look at my Instagram so you can see how I look on a good day, like on when I've.
But I can already tell. I talk to so many different people. I already know the vibe. You know, like I just feel like I'm not saying you don't wear a heel or you don't like wearing a heel. Can you hear me? Are we lagging? Are we good? Yeah. I don't think you don't like dressing up, but I need you to take it up a notch.
What does that mean? Help me.
Okay, let's go to your IG. We're gonna go to her IG.
Okay. It's Kelsey McKenzie. Maybe something tighter. I can't.
Listen, that's not who she is. That's not who she is, Ashley. You ain't gonna find her in a $1,000 dress. She be driving DoorDash. Ashley would never drive DoorDash. You see the difference in the mindset? Ashley knows she ain't gotta drive DoorDash. All right? She got a dude like me that she can call. Let's say, yo, I need something. Some dude that's going to check on her. A dude like me, I got women that I check on. Yo, I'm coming by there. You need anything, I got run by your way. I got something to do over that way. Baby, you need me to bring you anything. Let me know. Listen. You got to start there. If you can't even get that, you got to be able to get that first.
Yeah.
But that's not her vibe, I don't think.
I mean, I do. When something looks cute on me, I wear it. I wear tight things. I wear short things. I wear body fitting things. I feel like I dress for the occasion. If I'm going to church, I'm going to look very pretty at church. I'm going to wear a nice A-line flowy dress. If I'm going out to a lounge, I'm going to probably put on like a nice little black little 1-2.
Baby girl, you do not look like it costs no whole bunch of money to talk to you. All right? Ain't nobody gonna think they need to have $1 million to talk to you. They not. That's not who you are. And it ain't gonna change into that because you don't like it. What you got is a lot. You should appreciate it. You think you deserve something. That's the problem. Guess what, baby girl? In life, we deserve what the hell we get. And if you ain't get it, guess what? You don't deserve it. And I'm telling you right now, it don't take no goddamn 32 years. You don't deserve it. You gotta stop playing. You gotta get serious. Girl, you could go and make some man a happy man. A happy man. But this dude that you went looking for, he ain't gonna make you a happy woman. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He gonna play with you.
Curl my hair, be real cute. So
yeah, very girl next door. Very, you know.
I mean, that was.
Like I could see a guy be like, I can see a guy being like, you know what, I want to marry her. I'll make her the wife. I see that.
A lot.
You see what I just said? A man could see that with her. I could see that. That's what I would want my wife to be. That right there. She not the hottest thing around, but she hot. She look like she gonna be there. She look like she gonna ride it out. She look like she will be everything you need her to be until she open her mouth. Then you gonna change your mind.
A lot of men do that, but the problem, honestly, every guy who I've talked to, and one of my friends have even said this too.
She just don't know how she got blessed, do she, fellas? And it will be just somebody just like this who wouldn't appreciate it.
Every dude, you go out with, want to marry.
That's this internet that give her this attitude. She thinks she should be able to live like a cutie on duty too. You ain't a cutie on duty, baby. Girl, we'll eat you up out here. You better stay your ass on the porch.
You. And I'm like, well, I don't know why.
Yeah, like you're down to earth, you're friendly, you're bubbly, you went to school, you know a thing or two about certain things. You could speak to politics and pop culture. Like, you know, you're natural. Men like that. But they're saying it's Cali. They're saying it's Cali.
You think so?
That's what the comments are also saying.
No, it's the kind of men she looking for. It's not Cali. It's the kind of men she looking for. The kind of men that don't never be interested in her. Bro, I'm telling you. You see her, she fine. So if you just right there and you like me, you're going to start rapping to her. You're going to be like, all right, she cool. And then you talk to her, and then you're like, man, no. And that's how I be. But the kind of men that, oh, no dudes that, no. That's what they want. That's what they looking for. See, bro, my girl's fast. Bro, I've been with the cuties on duty. I get in a relationship with them for 2 weeks. I meet her, I fall in love with her. 2 weeks later, I hate her, and I'm probably in love with somebody else. That's how I go. In the 2 weeks, she done dragged this shit out of me. She done broke my heart about 4 times. You know how I go, fellas. I can't stand her no more. It's time for her to go. All right? But her right there, you can see the long haul with her. You can see the long haul with her. She gonna run into a dude like me who don't care. He taking them all. All right, and he gonna drag her.
I don't know. If it hasn't been working for you, something has to change. DC, that makes a lot of sense. DC would be your DC. DC, baby. DC.
Okay.
DC would be her vibe, chat. Yes. Location, DC.
So the reason why I actually moved here is because I'm in TV film. I'm an actress as well.
Hold on. So we have Art Lee. His name is King Arthur, right? He's an older gentleman, okay? Older meaning, I think, late 50s, I want to say. King Arthur, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, he does well for himself. He frequents the chat, and he said he would take you out to the bowl.
She too old for all that, bro. She too old for all that.
Okay. Older man. Yeah.
I'm not. I like older men because I feel as though they can hold a conversation better. They're a bit more settled and secure in what they're doing and what they want. Yeah.
They said she gives pastor's wife. That's what I'm saying. She gives wife to me. Like what she gives me
all day long. She give wife until she open her mouth. Until she open her mouth. If she knew what to say, and she knew the kind of men to talk to, she could get whatever he want. He'll go through hell and high water for. Just to somebody like her, it wouldn't be enough. Trust me. Trust me. The more you give her, the more she'll want. She ain't gonna appreciate. She just gonna keep expecting. That's why I tell you, you don't go upgrade her. You keep her right where she at. If she in Air Max, you buy another pair. If she in Chanel, you buy another pair. That's all. But you don't elevate her. You don't go and do that because you're going to be expecting some appreciation for that. And you ain't going to get it. You're going to get some chick talking to you like that's what she deserved. Even though her last 40 boyfriends didn't think so.
Like if, what's the guy Issa was dating from Insecure?
The first one?
The first one. Yeah. Lawrence? But if Lawrence was mature and he actually went to therapy, that would be your guy. Does that make sense? After therapy, Lawrence, that guy. That's who you should be with. That type of guy. You know, had the mom and dad, went to school, black guy, knows a thing or two about things. That type of guy I see being with you.
Yeah. And honestly, that's the type of guy I would want to be with, or type of man I would want to be with. So when you say take it up a notch, how can I take it up a notch? How can I do that?
I just say, how can she take it up a notch, chat? Can we give her some suggestions? How can she take it up a notch?
Let me give you the truth. You can't. It ain't no way to do that. It ain't no such thing as level up. What you mean level up? Level up to what? What you gonna do? Is leveling up gonna change the way you look? If leveling up ain't gonna change the way you look, it ain't gonna change your fortune with men. Why? Because that's all we really can get. When I'm spending all this goddamn money and you acting like a cold idiot. When you take off your clothes and go get in that shower and I forget all about that you acting like a straight B and I can't stand you. I'm about to come and tear you up. That's what it's about. That's all we can get. We don't care what y'all think it, call it. None of that. When I get in that with you and you take off your clothes and go in the shower, I ain't gonna forget about that. I'ma still be mad. Sorry, fella.
Yeah, she's 32. King Arthur is interested. I'm assuming he's going to reach out because he is interested. Although a part of me feels like you don't like older men. I'm getting
so.
She just don't look like the type of chick until she opened her mouth that you would get mad at. She look like the type of woman, that will be real easy to get along with. So she'll always, she looks special. Like that. That's the word. She looked like she would be special until she opened her mouth. Like, you gotta understand, Ashley don't look like she would be special to me. Because they the kind of women, that's how they hot women, really hot women. I've been with the cuties on, you can't believe in it. You just can't. You can't. All right, in 2 weeks, she'll break your heart 8 times. Trust me. You won't be able to stand her no more.
My daddy's about to be 60 this year. 50 is probably like a cutoff for me. You know what I'm saying? I'll do maybe 52, but if you're as old as my dad, I don't know. My dad's age.
That's what I said. It don't give older men, yeah.
I can do up to like 52.
They said a new hairstyle. It's the part.
The part? Okay.
It's the part.
A clean bob, like
getting out of LA.
And then trust me, before that 2 weeks out, you done met another one and you in love with her now. And you don't feel that way. You don't want this no more. You know how it go.
That's what I'm seeing.
But with her, I don't see that. I don't see that. But when she just sit there like that, I see, okay, yeah, I could do something with her. And then she start talking.
Dress a little bit more spicy, they're saying.
Okay, so like kind of.
But no, not all the girls
Okay,
that we know.
okay,
But they're saying girl next.
She 32 years old. She is who she is. That ain't gonna change. She ain't about to start dressing spicy. I like the way she look. And I think she'll get herself a decent man. She ain't looking for a decent man. She not. That's not what she looking for. She looking for something that ain't looking for her. That's a problem.
Next door times a baddie. You know, like a splash of a baddie.
Okay.
A lot of people said Lori Harvey. I think that's a great like reference.
Okay.
Clippings. Clippings. Can we see? Can you step back from the camera, Kelsey? Can you step back from the camera? Can we see you at the top?
I'm fine too, guys.
Yeah, I have. Okay, you look good. You look like you're in shape. Yeah.
I am. So and I just came home from Houston. I just went to visit my family.
Listen, that's not the problem. That's not the problem, baby girl. Ain't nothing wrong with the way you look. It's just a different look. It's not the same look. You should be grateful. Girl, you should be grateful. You should be thanking your lucky stars. I don't think I'm good enough for you before you start talking. Trust me. I don't think I'm good enough for you. I wouldn't want to do you like that. Girl, I hate you high as shit on the blade. Like, no, I ain't gonna do that to you. No. You will be tore up. Like, I'm talking about 2:00 in the morning. We still partying. All right, we've been doing this shit since 6:00.
Family, so I wore this to the
How was it in Houston? What was it looking like in Houston?
It was okay. It just wasn't. So my nail shop lady, I've been going to her since I've been like, I don't know, like 8. Me and my mom. They were actually trying to hook me up with another man that also comes there. He's 32 as well. Just recently became an OB, and he's handsome. And I follow him on Instagram. I think when they talked to him recently, though, he is currently dating someone, and I think, from my understanding, he doesn't like to date multiple people. And the girl that he's dating just flew from LA to see him.
Not flew from LA.
And she has 2 kids as well. So I don't know if he's just someone who just kind of wants to like date one person individually, or if he's really interested in her or not. So.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Yeah, you know that's it's giving Kyla Pratt energy. Yeah. Kyla Pratt energy, like good girl next door, easy to get along with.
Listen, family, the way I sum this up right here in a nutshell, family, she wants something she ain't about to get. All right? And that's what explained to me why she 32 years old and single. And she look like that. All right? She want way too much. She want way too much. She think that she should get treated like Ashley. But the kind of guys Ashley get, they just gonna come and hang around for a little while. The kind of men that Ashley get, not the kind of men that really gonna believe in her. All right, they not the kind of women that come and hang in certain spaces. The kind of women you can believe in. You look like a woman I could believe in. What you think, fellas? You think you could? She look like you could believe in her until she start talking. She better get serious. I'm telling you. Okay, everybody, and we back swinging with Still Swinging, and I'm your host, Thomas. And we right back on it, family. But we got my girl Kendra G up. And as always, family, you know I ain't see much of this. Maybe 15, 20 seconds of it. Look, she on the same planet with us. She trying to find herself a man. Let's see if we can help her out, fellas.
Okay, you looking ready. Let me see you, girl, with this. Whoa, not. Whoa. in filing the nails, girl.
Let's do it.
Let's get into. Let's get into it. You know, when a girl files the nails, she mean business. So is your name Patricia? That's how you pronounce it?
It's Patricia. Yes.
Patricia, where you call me from, love?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. How old are you?
44.
44. What you do for a living?
I'm an estate sale professional.
An estate sales professional?
I sell the contents of everybody's home. When people pass away, I sell all their stuff.
Okay. Yeah. I don't want to get too picky. No, I'll leave it. I was gonna have you bring the camera down just a little bit so we get more of you, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. Okay, you got good light, so I love that you came already. Patricia, Dallas, Texas, 44. You have any kids?
Yes, I have 3.
How old are your 3 kids?
27, 23, and I have an 11-year-old.
All by the same man?
No.
How many men?
3 different men.
Have you ever been married?
Yeah.
When did you get divorced?
2018.
Okay. And what's your zodiac sign?
Leo.
Leo. So we got Patricia, Dallas, 44, is a Leo. An estate sales professional, mom of 3 kids, by 3 men. She was 3 men. She was once married.
First thoughts, family. Nice looking lady, not a bad looking lady. 44, 3 kids, by 3 men. She came on here filing her nails like some little girl. They always just can't grow up. They stuck. She 44 years old. She too old to grow up. She about to give us some boss chick who came to talk to some men who don't pay her no mind and let them know her demands. She came here to boss up for women. That's why she filing her nails and looking like some teenager. All right. And she can't get it right. She don't know nothing. Already off the rip. That's my assessment of her. Just in that couple seconds. All right. But I know I don't speak for all the brothers. So let's just listen.
All right, girlfriend, when you come on filing your nails, I got to talk to you. So what kind of man you looking for?
I'm looking for, everybody says honesty, but I love a man with integrity. I would like a man, like I just had a recent issue where a person had deep sleep psychosis. So
what's that?
That's when a person like fights in their sleep, have angry outbursts in their sleep. Like maybe if they were in the war, they had PTSD or something like that. Yeah, that's a no-go for me. So somebody that doesn't suffer from any PTSD issues that causes them to have outbursts. Okay. Yeah. And
was he beating you up when he was asleep?
Yes, he beat me up in his sleep, and that was the last time we were together. So yeah.
I don't know if he was asleep, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like literally I had bruises and contusions and blood clots. It was violent. So yeah, deep sleep psychosis is a real thing. People should ask people like, do you suffer from PTSD?
Okay. They're telling me to ask you about your ring on your finger.
Yeah.
He told her he was asleep.
Is
it I don't know. Is it the ring finger?
Not the ring finger. This is my right hand.
Okay, it's not the ring finger. Okay. Not the ring. Okay. They said the ring on her finger. Okay.
See the comments. They're on my TV real big right here. I'm watching y'all.
Hey. Oh, okay. All right. So anything else you want before we get to your deal breakers?
No, I mean, for the most part, handsome is great. I don't want nobody in the mirror more than me. If you got like 400 or 500 pairs of shoes, like just miss me. I don't got time. Yeah.
If the guy has 400 or 500 pair of shoes,
I don't want to deal with y'all. Yeah, y'all can miss me.
How many pairs of shoes do you have?
Too bougie. That's way too bougie. I have about 4.
She 44 years old. She got 3 kids by 3 men. She on here looking for a man. She worried about how many pair of shoes he might got. She too old to grow up. She too old to grow up. And she can't get serious. Won't get serious. She on here begging. She on here begging and she got all these demands. You tripping. You tripping. Girl, you couldn't be getting it more wrong. You came up here to stunt for women. You ain't come up here to get yourself a man. You came up here to represent what you think a boss chick would look like and tell these dudes what you want. These dudes who ain't gonna pay your ass no money. Same thing been happening, ain't gonna keep happening. Baby girl, it's a man that will see you and just think you the business. You're telling him right now he can't do shit with you. Nothing. Nothing. You will be a complete waste of his time.
400. We don't need to have the same amount. No.
How many shoes you want him to have?
I mean, 100 is okay, but once you hit past a certain limit, yeah, you too bougie for me. I don't need you in the mirror more than me. I don't need you pressing your clothes more than me. I just need me to be on shine and you could just be with me. Yeah. Yeah. I don't got time.
You know what I'm saying? Some little project chick who thinks she came up here to call shots to men while she begging. Why she begging? Girl, you ain't on the Kendra G show with this nonsense because men pay this a mind. You on the Kendra G show with this nonsense because men don't pay you no mind. Maybe you think you're bossing up. You're bossing up for them chicks like you, them lonely chicks who can't buy a man. Why? Because you don't know how to act. Look at you. Look at your demeanor. Look at the way you carry yourself. Look at the way you represent yourself. Like a 19-year-old. All right? You think men will find this attractive? You don't know nothing about men. You're 44 years old and you lost. You lost. You a lost little girl at 44. It's too late.
So we can have 100 pair of shoes.
100 is fine, but anything past that, we're done. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other deal breakers?
Those are really like my main ones. Have a job, please. Please come employed. I'm self-employed. I do, make a generous amount of money. I can take care of all of my expenses, but make sure that you.
So why the hell did you need to tell us that then? Because we would have never asked you that. Why the hell did you feel the need to tell us that when you know goddamn well we would have never asked you that? Because we would have never cared. We still don't care that you said that. Maybe you think that make you hotter. That ain't gonna make you hotter. This content. But I would never pay you no mind. This is my job. This is what I do. But trust me, baby girl, it's not that. It's not that. But it's a man that would love to have that. You're not talking to him. Why? Why? You think you're too good for him? And you're not. You're not. Trust me.
You have your stuff in order. Yeah.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
I like tall, dark, and handsome. Yeah. Tall, dark, and handsome. So, 6'3", dark and handsome. Yeah.
And that's why you on the Kendra G show. Because he don't pay you no mind. If you seen him before, he seen you. He don't pay you no mind. That's why you on here filing your nails, trying to act like you're unbothered and unconcerned. You alarmed. You just don't know shit. And instead of asking, you rather just act like you do. You look stupid. You look silly. You look like an idiot. You should watch this. You came here today and made a good fool of yourself. That's what you did.
Should he make a certain amount of money?
So, yeah, 6 figures and up.
So you know this is the most common man in America. The most requested man.
The most requested man that never talked to them. All right? Dudes making $15 an hour chopping them cheeks. All right? They get on here with this. They the dudes you get. What you do is you try to get up here and see if you can get you one of them dudes making 20. But no. You want to get up here and talk to men who ain't going to pay your ass no mind. All right? The kind of men who ain't been talking to you, not going to start. Where you think they do that at? What planet they start that on? Maybe you think because you don't like it. See, that's the funny thing about a fact. It don't require your life, it don't require you to agree with it. See, it's a fact because that's what your life told you. All right? The fiction is the stuff you keep telling yourself. All right? You refuse to believe what your life keep telling you, that these men don't find you attractive.
Where is he? Bring him.
What, has he been checking for you?
I mean, I've met quite a few. I married one.
Why'd you divorce him?
He had PTSD. He was a
Oh, that was the one that was fighting in the sleep?
Well, that was one that I had one after that had the similar issue. So
okay.
I think I that. So that's why I'm like, please, no more.
You know, a common theme is police officers. That go to sleep and jump on them.
Yeah.
All right. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Tall, dark, and handsome. 6 figures. So if he made 70K, don't reach out.
That's fine. I mean, I'm a grower. I grow kingdoms. So I'll take your 70 and I can multiply that. So let's
don't play with her. She can multiply. Let's do the Kendra Kim.
Oh goodness. Let's see.
Well, how come you can't just multiply your own, Miss Boss Chick, with all these businesses and all this fly stuff going on in your life, and you just don't need nobody? Well, why don't you just do that with your own? Because I just do it with my own. I ain't waiting for nobody else's. Yeah, I know.
Hold on, y'all. Make sure my camera is going to be what it's supposed to be.
Okay. We got to see the legs. We see the booty. Y'all be putting that booty in my face. All right. Okay. Oh, you don't got to see it. You don't got to do all that, girl. We see you, girl. We see you, Patricia. Patricia, you're 44. What's the age range you want to date?
It's not bad. It's not going to get you none of that. None of it. Not none of it. All right? It's all right, though. It ain't going to get you none of that. All right? But I'm telling you, it's a mailman that would love to have you. He would love to have you. You got to talk to him. You got to come and talk to him. He ain't going to be tall. He ain't going to be cute. He ain't going to be sexy. You ain't too good for him. You ain't. Trust me. I seen you. You ain't too good for him. He will love to have you.
I say 40 to 55.
Okay. I'm assuming you don't care if he has kids.
No.
Okay. When was your last relationship?
About 30 days ago.
That was the PTSD guy?
Yeah.
Ooh, child. Well, you look good to that guy beat up 30 days ago.
Baby, I know how to snap back real quick. So we ain't worried.
I wouldn't believe much of this. You think she looked like the type of chick? She came up here faking. She sound like somebody, look like somebody you could believe. Yo, she came up here a whole nother chick. This not who she is. This who she represented. This what she think the chick that she would want to be would look and act like. This idiot right here.
worried about it. We just men are like buses. When one leave, the next minute, 10 minutes come. Yeah.
Woo! Not y'all like buses, baby. Patricia, now you already know my show, and you know you're gonna be a highlight, and you know they're gonna be talking about you, girl.
Men are like buses. We so much like buses, your ass on the Kendra G show. How you think you got here? You can't catch a bus. She can't even catch a bus.
So I'm gonna let this just be the moment when Patricia say whatever she gotta say to anybody that got something to say.
Well, listen, when you step to me, just understand you coming with a person that is a complete package. I am a builder. I have built kingdoms. I have built men to their greatest expense.
You ain't getting shit. She ain't got nothing. Nothing. Not absolutely shit. Nothing. You ain't gonna get nothing. You're gonna get some 44-year-old hood rat, baby mama of 3 by 3 minutes. That's what you gonna get. That's what you gonna get for being that hellified ass dude. This your prize, boys. This right here. This lovely woman right here who speak about men this way, and who think she gonna come and call shots to you and tell you how it's gonna go. Some 44-year-old baby mama of 3 by 3 different men who can't shut the hell up. All right, and think she gonna come and tell you how it's gonna go. That's what you gonna get, boys. She a no for me. What you say, fellas? I don't know. Let me know. Okay, everybody, and we back swinging with Still Swinging, and I'm your host, Thomas. And today, family, we got my girl Ashley Dalton back up. All right, look, she got a show on YouTube. It's called Ask Ashley. All right, a subscriber of mine. Listen, he put me on to her, you know, and the day my first day introducing her. Look, family, I seen about a minute of this. Listen, it's right up our alley. She good to go. She on the same planet with us. She trying to find herself the type of man she looking for. Let's see if we can help her out, fellas.
Hello, Clover.
Hey, Ashley, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Let me wipe my camera off.
Okay. Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
I do.
All right. What brings you up tonight?
Well, I wanted to get some advice. So when I was younger, I'm 26 now, but when I was younger, around 2021, I was on Tinder. And I was dating because when I was younger, I had this goal to find a sugar daddy. Like, that's not an old, creepy sugar daddy, but just like an older gentleman that would help me out financially. And from 20 to 26, I kind of evolved a little bit more. Like, I'm more like an entrepreneur. Like, I'm actually working in private equity. And I've been on my own for a while, but I feel like recently, like my dad passed, it's 3 years now. It's been hitting me that like that was my person and I don't really have much of a support system. But it's like I haven't had support this whole time, you know what I mean? But for some reason, it's just hitting differently. And I'm like, I think I'm ready for like a relationship where a guy is actually helping me grow. And ironically, recently, I moved to New York because before I was in Charlotte when I was dating. And the first guy that I went on a date with, I ran into in New York. He's actually a banker. So he's in the same industry that I'm like working in. And he's actually like active, like he's dating with the purpose, like he's looking for a wife. When we and him first met, his wife actually had passed giving birth. So he had lost like his whole family. Oh. Yeah, so it wasn't good time. And I was actually really young too. Like I wasn't ready for him. I was like one of them. I was listening to like all the little rap songs, you know. I was one of them, you know.
Being 21, just being 21.
Yeah. So it's like now I'm more mature and I'm like, okay, I see this going somewhere. But it's like I can't really remember why we stopped talking. I want him to kind of help with my business a little bit, like just help it grow. But I don't want to, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
So how long have you guys been talking?
We've had 3 conversations now.
She got on his goddamn nerves. She ran her 2 weeks out. Look, oh, sorry. First thoughts, family. Sorry, brothers. Sorry, fellas. My bad. Nice looking lady. We ain't got no problem there. I'm detecting this attitude, fellas. What she say? She 26. I'm detecting this attitude, this entitlement, this spoiled brat I feel coming out. And I know why he got rid of her. I can tell already. She worked his nerves. All right, talking about help her with her business and no. Maybe you think somebody just came and helped him with his. Maybe you think that's how this shit go. You just come and start begging people. That's not how it get done. He don't see what the hell he gonna get out of that. That's just for you. Somebody who just keep begging. You're gonna get old fast. You're gonna always get old fast. You're gonna always find yourself making a quick exit out of men's life with this attitude that you seem to think somebody need to put up with.
Schedule calls. So every Monday at 7 p.m. we talk. Is that weird?
Girl, that's very weird. Is he in a relationship or remarried?
I don't think so. I told him I'm not looking for a relationship because I'm focused on.
Girl, any dude that got you on a time scale, he don't bother with you like that. You're tripping. You really told people that? You think men respect that? That you would even agree to that? That let us know what you really think of yourself. All right? We know what you really think of yourself. That a man will put you on some kind of schedule like that, and you will be okay with it. And you 26 years old. You praying for something you ain't never gonna get.
My business right now.
Girl, he got somebody. If he's scheduling a call every Monday.
Listen, that sound like you an idiot. All right, you sound crazy. You should listen to this, girl.
7 is definitely
somebody. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm not that emotionally involved, so it don't hurt. It's just more so like, okay, that's what he's doing.
Okay, well, if he hasn't told you, you don't. I guess you don't know if he's married or in a relationship.
No, let me get it right with you. That's that guy she never get. That's that guy that don't never talk to her. You know that girl, chick that just keep calling you, fellas. No matter, look, girl, I told you to beat it 8 months ago. She still calling. That's her. Bro, you that dude that she never get. You was her chance. You her chance. And she don't got another one of you available. Because these men don't talk to her. And when they do, they get rid of her quick. She thinks she get ready to run this stuff on them. This stuff she heard on the internet. From some lying ass women who don't get these men.
Relationship, because I'm sure he just hasn't said anything. I'm just assuming, right? But what is the conversations like when you do tell him about your business, or you're going out to lunch, or you dropped a glass slipper? What is?
Fellas, you gotta remember why she's so delusional. Fellas, when women talk to each other, you see, Ashley, she more accountable than the most of them I seen, though. I like her so far. You know what I mean? She's still a woman. But y'all gotta come and ask men. Men who can tell you what we want. You to shut the hell up. You to be easy to deal with, not a hard time. Is that so for you to be nice? Is that so hard? Is that so hard? You come in here, we tell y'all, listen, that bullshit gotta go. What y'all do? Y'all keep bringing it. We tell y'all them kids gotta go. What y'all do? Y'all keep bringing it. We tell y'all them lashes gotta go. What y'all do? Y'all keep bringing it. Y'all keep bringing us this shit. All this weed. No!
What is he saying?
Well, he's very supportive. Like, he gives me a lot of feedback. But, you know, in my world, I'm always on LinkedIn. So I'm used to guys he gives me the same advice that the guys I speak to on LinkedIn gives me. But it's like, with him knowing that I know he has goals of dating me, I feel like his advice should be a little bit more like action oriented. But he's not in New York, though. He's in Charlotte.
If he had goals of dating you, he would be dating you. The hell are you talking about? You should watch this. You sound silly. You sound like an idiot. You came and made a fool of yourself. You're not going to be proud of yourself. You didn't represent well.
And he comes here because for business when he's working at wherever he works. So yeah.
Where's your daddy? Where the hell is your daddy? He failed. Y'all need to talk to some men. This shit ain't gonna work, baby girl. And you're moving too fast. And you're too fine to be moving too fast. I'm telling you, you could get yourself something. Something you can live with, but you gotta be reasonable. Ain't no man coming and doing all this shit for you. So, man, I wouldn't think I had to be all that to get you. No, you good. You good to go, but you ain't that. You ain't that. You ain't gonna never get that shit you trying to get off. You ain't that. No, you ain't nothing I don't think I would ever believe I just gotta have. You not. You not her. You not her. But you could get you something. You could get you something for real. But you better do it now. All of this, you chasing this dream. You better chase a reality. Something real. All right, some nigga got you on a schedule. You sound like an idiot.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't sound like, if you're on that type of time and if he's on that type of time, it doesn't sound like, it just sounds more like an emotional support buddy.
That's what it seems like. So,
yeah, that's what it seems like. If he hasn't asked you, hey, Clover, I know you're young. Do you need anything? And he's much older than you, right?
He's 12 years older than me.
Yeah. So if he's much older, he's scheduling calls. I'm assuming there's someone else in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess you guys are just there for emotional support to have combos.
No.
6 days out of the week, he can't speak to you. So technically, there's nothing there. You guys are just talking every Monday just to say, hey, what's going on? All right, everything's good. Give me advice. Bye. You could get that here.
Right. I mean, when hearing you say it, it gives a whole different perspective because in my mind, I'm like, okay, so outside of him, just dating in general, when do you feel like it's too soon to request something? Because I kind of feel like in our day and age, I don't really have time for the 4 to 5 month period of, I want to get to know you first. And then, like,
what do you mean request? What do you mean request? Like ask for money?
Like not even ask for money, but like, I'm gonna be honest, like I'm over the dinner stage. Like I don't want to go to dinner. I want to go to the mall because it's like, what we going
Okay, well, if you want to go to the mall on the first day, I'm keeping it real. That's going to give off escort. That's going to give off prostitute.
Man, that's going to give off no. What you talking about? Ain't going to give off escort. It ain't going to give off none of that. It's going to give off no. How about that? So, that'd be the biggest waste of our breath. Listen, you ain't that. You ain't that. I know you tired of kicking that box out and not getting much for it. Look, kind of men you looking for, they ain't gonna feel like they need to do all of that to get you. All right, the kind of man that would feel like he need to do all of that to get you ain't gonna be able to do it. That's gonna be the problem. I would never feel like you could come and talk to me like that. You lost your mind. You coming off on me like that, you will never hear from me again, ever. That'll be the last time we talk. Trust me. And if I want to take you to the mall right now, we could go. I wouldn't give a damn. I wouldn't take you no goddamn way. Trust me, you got one chance to come off at me like that. You lose your mind, you ain't never gonna tell me nothing. Never. Never. You ain't gonna never come and tell me how it's gonna go. You're gonna do what I said, or you're gonna get lost. It's as simple as that. When you're dealing with men like me. You understand where I'm coming from? Maybe you think it's a shortage of broke ass pretty girls running around. Let me assure you that it is not. All right. And a lot of them, real reasonable. All right. There'd be something you could actually think you could live with.
That's going to give that off immediately.
Yeah.
If I'm being very blunt with you, that's what that's going to get off. If you're on that type of time, sure.
It's just that guys, they be all on you, you know, on the first date. And so that's kind of why I kind of feel like, okay, well, since you rushing that, let's go ahead and rush this.
Yeah, it's not, let me say this for everybody watching. It's not material.
Little mama, you ever think they the kind of, you deal with fast dudes and a fast life? And let me tell you something, you ain't gonna be top choice of those dudes. All right? They get hotter than you. Trust me. This stuff you think you need to try on a man? No. No. You gotta tone it down. There's some men that'll love to have you. They work hard. They live a good life. They'll provide a real comfortable life. But you come talking this shit, you ain't getting nothing. You're gonna turn them off. You gotta talk to them. You're talking to that dude who ain't gonna never pay this no mind from you. He not. You don't look like you cost that. You absolutely don't look like you cost that. Ain't nobody never gonna believe they need to pay that for you. Trust me. And the dude that's gonna think he should pay that for you, he ain't gonna be able to afford it. That's gonna be the problem. Because the dude that can afford to pay that, he ain't gonna believe he need to pay that. He done had way hotter than you, and he ain't paid close to that for it. He get them all the time. You gonna be single.
Realistic. If you're meeting a stranger for the first time and the first thing you're asking out of your mouth is take me to Chanel, that means this is transactional, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not saying you can't get the goods. I'm not saying that. But if you're doing that when you meet them off the bat, hello, hi, my name is, take me to here, that means it's transactional. Let's call a thing.
See, I appreciate Ashley for telling her, listen, you was the two. For real, you was the two. You can't tell them no. Just tell them no. They want to do all this and do all that on the first night. If that ain't what you want to do, tell them no. Tell them no. You go deal with these men that you know if you tell them no, you ain't going to never be back in their company. Guess what? You ain't coming back in their company anyway. You got the wrong men. All right? You're chasing the kind of men who ain't going to be chasing you.
Thing right now. Let's just call a thing a thing.
So what do you think is a good time period to wait? Like, not to necessarily ask, but where you think it's appropriate to start saying, like, so like you said, to start alluding to, like, okay, I want this. Because it's not even just about shopping. Like, sometimes it's about, you know, I may want to travel, or I may want to, you know, I just want you to offer something. Like, I just kind of feel like at some point a man is, like you said, they should be offering to start doing things. Like, when do you feel like it's appropriate to start expecting them to offer to do things?
Listen, when you like that, and when you rolling with dudes that's like that, if you who you supposed to be to him, whenever he rolling, he gonna say, come on. That's how that go. That's how that go. Whenever he rolling, he gonna say, come on. Listen, this is what we doing. That's how that go. You ain't gotta do all of that. Hey, I seen this. I like it. It's nice. All right. He'll make it appear when it's like that. When it's like that, that's what he do. He ain't got no problem with that when he rocking with you. And that's what he do. But I'm going to tell you right now, you ain't going to be getting them kind of men. You not. Baby girl, I promise you. You're going to be fooling yourself. You're going to be walking around with this full brat attitude, having it to yourself. Ain't nobody going to pay you no mind. Not the guys you need to pay you some mind. We ain't going to never think you cost that. Never.
Again, you can allude like I dropped my glass slipper, like I said, but you also have to think about who is it that I want to be? Do I want to be that girl? Let's keep it real. Look at me. Do I want to be that girl? Do I want to ask for money on the first date and bags on the first date? Is that how I want to live my life?
No.
I'm not saying, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, but is that your intention? That's what I really want you to think about.
No,
Do
it's
I
not my
want
intention.
Go ahead.
It's not my intention. It's just that men be all on you.
All on you how? That let me know you ain't really even getting to the first date. Because if y'all at a date, how y'all on you? Y'all at a date, y'all just talking and trying to feel you getting a vibe. He all on you how? Tell us more.
On the first date. You know what I mean? So I just
What does all on you mean?
like okay, I don't know about other people, but men be trying to have sex on the first date. Like they try to get you to come back to their house. They want kisses. They do a lot, and it's just like okay, well,
that means we're staying on a date too long, and like
all you gotta do is say no. That's it. Say no. All right. If you hear from him again, he like you. He probably like you if he hear from you again. I'm telling you, you ain't gonna hear from me no more. All right. Look, once you start talking, you ain't gonna hear from me no more. All right. I don't even want it. You could get that to somebody else.
someone said, you don't have boundaries.
okay.
And we're drinking too much. We're having more than 2 drinks, more than 1 drink on the first date, and we're staying on the date too long. So that's giving him the impression that you're down.
Oh,
We're having more than 1 drink. If we're staying there too long, if we're getting too comfortable, then yes, he's gonna think that. Okay.
No, she one of them chicks sitting there trying to figure out how she can run the bill up and spend some more of your money to see what limit she could push you to. And then when he wants something, she want to start acting like, he think just for that. Like she one of them, bro. She one of them, one of them chicks right there. Yeah, that's her. That's who in front of you.
She's down.
so what's a good exit? Like, how do you exit
She don't make it the many second dates.
out off the date early without? Like, do you do the my friend's calling, I have an emergency, I gotta go, or like how do you?
Yeah, but it should be a time. If we're meeting at 7, let's say we go 7 to 8, right? 7 to 8:30. All right, the dinner's done. You get the check. It was so nice meeting you. Thank you for taking me out, or whatever it is that you say, and that's it. You wrap it up.
How about you go on a date? How about you go make sure it's a real date first? How about you go home after the date? How about anything thirsty he say, you just say no? What's wrong with that?
You have to go.
Okay,
Yeah, they're saying go out early at 6 o'clock. Yeah.
I'm gonna try that, and I'm gonna
Breakfast. Go out for breakfast. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna also update because I know it's other people that want to talk, but I'm gonna also update you too on this guy to see if it's true that he probably do have somebody. Because I figured,
Lord mama, you gotta get practical. Even if he don't have nobody, it ain't gonna be you. What is it gonna take? He not gonna ever see you like that because that's what you want, and you don't like the truth. The truth is not what you want to hear because you don't have nothing better that look like that life you want. He look like he could provide that life you want. Girl, that life you want is a goddamn dream. You need to wake up and live the life you got.
that it's just he's busy because he's like working a full time and plus he's still going to school to get his PhD. So I'm like, okay, I know that's busy because that's entrepreneur. I'm gonna be honest, like I'm always busy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to talk to him every day because.
And let me also add this to Clover. When I think a guy can smell when girls are.
No, she don't want to talk to him every day. She want to talk to him all day. She talked to him at 7 o'clock, then she miss him for the whole rest of the week. Talk to him again. What the hell is that? You ain't nobody to him. You ain't no goddamn body to that man, girl. That's all in your mind. Where's your daddy? Where's your father? Where's the men in your life?
used to getting things from men, because usually when you're about that life, you really don't have to ask.
No, I'm sorry, bro. I had enough of this shit. All right, she pissing me off. She'll know. Okay, everybody, and we back swinging with Still Swinging, and I'm your host, Thomas. And today, family, we moving it right along. We got my girl, Kendra G. As always, family, you know I ain't seen much of this, maybe 15, 20 seconds of it. Look, she on the same planet with us. She looking for herself a man. Let's see if we can help her out, fellas.
Hello? Oh, you are ready. I love this.
Thank you.
What's your name, baby?
Tiana.
What is it?
Tiana.
Tiana. Where you calling me from?
Atlanta. And I said T, like T as in Tom.
What did I say? I thought I said Tiana.
I thought you said Deanna.
No, Tiana.
Worries.
Okay. Tiana, you said in Atlanta?
Yes.
How old are you?
31.
31. What do you do for a living?
I work in insurance for the government.
Okay. Works in insurance. Do you have any kids?
I have two boys. They're 5 and 7.
Okay, 5 and 7. Both by the same man?
Yes.
Why y'all not together?
We were together for 11 years. We started dating when we were like 18. It turned into like a 7-year engagement, so I just, went my separate way. He had like commitment issues. He was a mama's boy. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Y'all were engaged for 7 years?
Mm-hmm.
So, what was the final straw when you were like, year 7, we still not getting married?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. She said
Yeah.
7 was her out child. What's your zodiac sign?
And stuff. He was controlling. He didn't want me to work, so I was a stay-at-home mom and girlfriend for that whole time.
So funny. There's women who want that life. They call me every day. They want a provider, and they didn't want to work. So you had that, and you didn't want it.
I want it, but like I still like that. But there has to be a balance. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to still like have my own hustle. Like I wanted to go to law school and
She want it all. She want it all. All right, and all he get is this. Her keep wanting stuff. She just want more stuff and more stuff. She always want more. That's what you got.
Dad, he was like, I don't want to marry a lawyer. So
you don't want to marry a lawyer.
Yeah, I was just like, well then, I'll just go my separate way and go to law school.
Right. Okay, fair enough. So what's your zodiac sign?
Capricorn.
Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. So we got Tiana.
Yes.
Tiana. Atlanta, 31, Capricorn. She works in insurance. Mom to a 5 and a 7-year-old by the same man. I think I got it all. What kind of man you looking for now?
First thoughts, family. Nice looking woman. She 32, 2 kids. She in Atlanta. Off the top, she represented herself. I don't know, family. She seeming kind of funky already. But let's look. She a no for me. But I know I don't speak for all the brothers. Let's just listen.
Still the same provider, gentleman. I'm old-fashioned, so I grew up in a household with a housewife, so I still like that. But just more of like a balance.
Because that's confusing, because you literally said you had that, but you didn't like.
No, see, she wants you to be a traditional man. She want to be a modern chick in the street, and you don't say nothing about it. You don't have nothing to say about it. All right, she want to be out in the street. It ain't she want to work. She want to be out in the street. That's what she want to do. And she looking for a way to get out in the street. And if she could get a job, she got an excuse to get out in the street. She want to get out in the street.
So what is you want to provide, but you say you just want to go to law school?
Well, someone that wants to provide for me in my environment of what I want to do. Like I had an acting career, he canceled. I don't want someone that's insecure that is still a provider.
But wait, are you not going to law school?
I am.
You're going to law school and you're an actress?
No, I had an
32-year-old actress. That's what you're going to get. 32-year-old actress with 2 kids who want you to believe. She looking and you insecure if you don't, if you got a problem with her being up under all of these men. That's insecure. That's why I tell you, fellas, wait till after they pursue these dreams. Because they're going to say you trying to hold them back. Because you don't want your woman up under all of these men. And they're going to have these names that gaslight you, that you ain't trying to hear that. You're going to be with all these men. You're going to go be with all these men. You're going to be with me. You're going to be with me. And it's simple as that. It ain't going to change. You want to be a modern woman, you're going to be in the street with these modern women.
Acting career when I was 19. I was just saying he was insecure, so he basically distracted me from all of that and you know what I mean? Canceled a lot of things that I had going on because his insecurities.
So someone said it's not confusing. No, it is confusing. And I'm about to try to.
Listen, y'all can come out here and sling all the box y'all want. We having a time. We ain't gonna never complain. All right, but when y'all want more, we gonna tell y'all no. All right, we gonna tell y'all no. We can't take this serious. You serious? You think I would believe in this? You lost your mind. She really thinks somebody should believe in this? Girl, you better watch this. You ain't present well. You ain't give a man nothing he will ever think he could believe in.
So you're going to law school, which is a great job. So when you make your money from your law school, you want to just keep it or you're not going to work? You said you want to provide.
Well, I mean, I believe that, you know, like your wife can have $1 million, but that's haram. You know what I mean? You don't ever take from your wife.
See, she believes she should have all the upside, no downside, this fairy tale. This fairy tale, and you don't get nothing except what she feel like giving you. That's what she believes, because that's what she been told. She been told this fairy tale is true. All right, that's why she on the Kendra G show, because men care what you want. Men don't care nothing about that. That's what you want. All right, and they still chopping in them cheeks, and you know it, and you ain't getting none of this stuff. You can't even get no commitment from none of these guys you talking about. They don't pay you no mind. That's why they know that's what you want.
Her money to take care of your children and do what she needs to do. Say something ever happens to you, now she's in a stable position where she can keep the family afloat. So it is haram to take from your wife.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Nah, that sounds like a bunch of stuff for you and nothing for me. No. No. How about that? You're going to get it like you've been getting it. You're going to get it in the next 32 years as much as you got it in the last 32 years.
Okay, so now this is somebody said I was confused. Now I'm getting better understanding. So as a lawyer, are you going to school to be a lawyer?
Yeah, but I would want to do like public servant work and help people that are less fortunate and can't afford good attorneys.
Okay, so basically all the money you make, you don't want any of that to be for the household. You want it to be in savings.
Man, she ain't doing nothing, man. All right, she trying to be, she want to go to school long enough to be able to be a paralegal or a public defender. All right, like that. All right, where she ain't got to do too much and she might can support herself in her kids. All right, because she broke as hell when she dreaming. All right, that's what's going on. That's what's standing in front of you. A broke ass girl who dreaming, 32 years old and can't get serious. All right, she too old to grow up. She got 2 kids. All right, and she still can't get serious about life. All right, she's still living in this fantasy land. She got $1 million, and her man shouldn't want her to do nothing except sit around doing nothing, looking silly.
Things for a rainy day.
Correct. Okay. And retirement, and you know, for the children, investments. That way, neither one of us have to work. Okay. That's my job. Okay. You know what I mean? I multiply things and make them better. You provide and keep everything going.
Okay. Okay. One more question that I think some men might have. So a lot of times when men are the providers paying.
Bro, this that stuff that sounded good when they heard it on the internet. You know that that crazy stuff that ain't gonna never work with men, but they like it, so they keep watching it. And you wonder why this girl got all, yeah, they like it. We know it don't make no sense, but to women it don't gotta make no sense. She says she get it, all right, and she ain't really gotta prove it. All she gotta do is say it, all right, and women are just believe it if a woman said it. She just ain't gonna believe it if you said it because it's probably something she don't like. See, she thinks she gotta like it in order for it to be true. You don't, and it's still true. Your life telling you it's true. You on the Kendra G show, which means men don't care.
The bills. They want a woman to make sure she's cooking or having the food ready every night. Would you do that?
Yeah, I don't mind doing that. Okay. I like doing that.
Now, they're telling me to ask you, are you Muslim?
No, I'm not. I just grew up with a lot of around a lot of Middle Eastern people when I was younger. So okay. Some parts of their culture I appreciate.
Okay. Now you do have 2 boys. So when you go into the next scenario, so you want this man to provide for you and your 2 boys, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, they have a dad that provides for them, but you know.
Well, you want a man. I mean, you're telling me you don't want to pay no bills. So if you move into a household and this new guy who's not their father, he will be providing for them because he's paying all the bills in the house that they would be living in.
Correct.
Okay. That's what she desires.
Baby girl, you're bringing 3 people into this man's space. All right, you could come in to impact his quality of life. All right, you're just talking about that like it ain't a big thing. It's a very big thing. Number one. All right, and for this hellified ass dude, right? What you got to offer him? You know you gotta have something he want. You got some dude, 2 kids, and an attitude to match some chick that's on a runway. And he ain't getting no chick that's on a runway. And she bringing 2 kids that belong to some other dude. She showing up in this 3 of them to bring in your space. And she gonna tell you how it's gonna go. On top of that, I just need to know what he gonna get. What did this awesome ass dude get? All right, and don't tell me about some 32-year-old baby mama who ain't got shit on the Kendra G show begging, and you some type of entrepreneur. Don't tell me none of that. All right, I'm waiting.
Now I'm gonna let you respond because there's gonna be some people and some men, or maybe majority men, they're gonna say that, okay, you want me to provide for you and your 2 kids, and you make money and you keep it to yourself, and you actually had that with the children's dad and you didn't like it. So what would you say to the man that thinks that's kind of crazy?
I mean, maybe I'm just not your cup of tea, you know? I don't know. That sounds like you have some issues where you didn't grow up seeing that, so you don't.
No, sound like she got some issues, but she never thought about what you might want. What you might want never entered her mind. What you should want is whatever she want. That's what she been told. What a man might want never entered her mind. When you ask her for some accountability never entered her mind. She don't think she should have to answer no accountable questions. You tripping, you dreaming. You got a delusional woman in front of you who gonna be single. She gonna be getting them dudes that need to live in a house. She gonna have another baby daddy.
What a real man and a real provider should be.
Well, one would say a real man provides for his children, and your children technically are not his.
And they are provided for.
But you want him to provide for them too, because you want to go another dynamic in which he will be the sole provider. And you said you will have money, but you would keep your money for a rainy day. So you want his money to provide for you and your children, which are not technically his children.
I mean, I still did household things. Like, I will take care of, like, you pay for the roof, the major bills. I'll buy food.
Nah. Listen, you ain't gonna tell me nothing. All right, never. Not on your life. You ain't gonna tell me how it's gonna go. You ain't gonna tell me what you would do. All right, I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna do, and you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it or you're gonna beat it. All right? But you ain't never gonna come and tell me nothing. Nothing. You need to get that out of your mind.
And like household necessities and things of that nature, and things like the kids needed, I bought stuff like that. So it's like there's still a balance. It's not all just, you know what I mean, you're taking care of these kids.
Bro, it's just the nerve of this 32-year-old middle-aged baby mama thinks she gonna come and call some shots to you. Man, I swear, you can't get around it. She too old to grow up. She can't get serious. She gotta live in this delusion. This delusion that this man, this her person, this miracle man is out there. Which means it probably ain't gonna happen. It's gonna take a miracle. It can't get practical. It gotta be a miracle. All right? It can't be practical. That's why you get played with. And then you wonder why the men you get not serious. You think he could take you serious? You think he could take this serious? Do you think he will come and believe in this? Do you really believe some man should come invest all his stuff in this? You dreaming. You dreaming. This is a terrible representation of who you are. If this who you are, ain't no way. You stay the hell away.
It's one they have.
I wouldn't recommend you go dealing with her. I mean, if you do, you know what it is, but you know, you're going, I ain't got to tell you.
Have a father, so majority of stuff you're just paying for the roof over their head. No one's asking you to pay for their sports and things of that nature.
Well, the roof
unless you want to.
over their head is a big deal.
Indeed. Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. Either way, so we got it. So what are your deal breakers besides not a providing child?
What you gotta remember, fellas, is they call providing what they want to call it, not what it is. They got this delusion of that they could just call providing what they count and not what you paid. They crazy.
Just not open-minded. You can't hold a conversation. You get easily frustrated. You don't have any emotional intelligence. You know what I mean? Like how we're talking and you know, I can tell you don't really agree, but you're still able to hold the conversation. Like
well,
most
I would
men
say
are just
it's not really for me to agree. You're not looking for me, right? You're
No, I
looking for
know.
me. Right, but you're saying
No, you sound delusional. And ain't no man going through all of this with you. You crazy. All right? Why would I go through? You think I would listen to this? Do you really believe I would listen to this from you? You really think that? You out of your mind. I mean, this content, but I wouldn't listen to none of this from you.
we could have a discussion.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So someone who doesn't, you say you call it emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No, not really.
Okay. So your biggest deal breaker is a man who doesn't have emotional intelligence.
Yeah, and I guess someone who drinks. I don't like alcohol.
Baby girl, before you do deal breakers, know this. You a walking deal breaker. You showing up to bring 3 people into some man's space. Ain't no way. Absolutely not. Hell no. You're off the top, no. Not for nothing serious. You're crazy. Now, I wouldn't invest. What you think men gonna invest in this? You gonna hate men. You gonna hate men. They not gonna try hard to impress you. You crazy? That's not gonna happen. And the guys who willing to try hard to impress you, he ain't gonna have much to impress you. And you're not too good for him. You're not.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
I want yes to be in shape, keep yourself up. Like I have boys that play sports, so I would prefer if you were athletic.
Okay. Be in shape. What about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
Yes. I guess like minimum like 100,000.
Okay.
It's
Why did I know she was gonna say that? Why did I know she was gonna say that, boys? I knew she was gonna say that. Listen, you're gonna get it. You can get them cute, all right? But he ain't got here nothing close to that.
I have a lot of knowledge. Like I can help build you up. You know what I mean? Like I work with nonprofits and teach business owners how to structure their business property to qualify for funding. So.
Okay. 100K is the minimum. So if a man made 70K, should he not reach out to you?
I'm open to negotiation. It depends on what their personality is like. You know what I mean? There's other.
This 32-year-old middle-aged baby mama open to negotiations. You need to negotiate with her. In your dreams. In your goddamn dreams.
Factors. Like if you're charismatic, you can speak well. Like I said, like I can teach you.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
That's good.
Okay. Who's helping you with the camera?
My sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice to see you, bro. Okay.
That's what you got for us? I mean, it's all right. No. It's all right, though, baby girl, but no. I ain't gonna get you none of that. None of that. You dreaming. Okay, everybody, and we back swinging with Still Swinging, and I'm your host, Thomas. And right back up, family, we got my girl, Kendra G. As always, family, you know I ain't been through much of this. 15, 25 seconds of it. Look, she on the same planet with us, fellas. She looking for herself a man. Let's see if we can help her out.
I'm at work right now. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, yes, I'm in Texas.
Texas. How old are you, Taylor?
29.
29. What do you do for a living?
I'm a front desk agent at a hotel.
Front desk agent at a hotel. You have any kids?
Yes, I have 2 beautiful boys, 1 and 3, by one man.
Why you're not together?
It's complicated, honestly.
We took off your Bluetooth?
Yes, I did. Can you hear me?
Okay. So you have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old by the same guy. You're not together?
No.
You don't know why?
It's complicated. We just don't mesh at all. Like, I'm a very affectionate person, and he just did not show any affection at all. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Okay. Sorry about that. I thought it was going to connect again. Okay. But yeah, we're just not compatible at all, honestly.
Not compatible at all. Okay. Yeah. So we got Taylor, Texas, 29, front desk, got a hotel. What's your zodiac sign?
Aries.
Mine are 2 kids by the same man. 1 and 3. What kind of man are you looking for?
I'm looking for a man that's honest, a loving man.
First thoughts. Nice looking lady. Not bad looking lady. Now that 2 kids, that's a no. You know what I mean? And a baby daddy, that's sketchy, ain't it? Like, she a no for me, but I know I don't speak for all the brothers. Let's just keep listening.
A man that's able to express himself, that's not afraid to love a woman, show a woman that he cares about her, like go on dates, hug me, kiss me in public, stuff like that. Like, I just want a man that's romantic, because I'm a very emotional woman and I'm a very loving woman. So if you're not honest and you're not, ready to actually love and go through the ups and downs and be there mentally and emotionally, then yeah, I don't want you.
What are your deal breakers?
Someone that's not passionate, a liar.
Baby girl, you know you a walking deal breaker. You got a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. They both deal breakers, and you got 2 deal breakers, and you a deal breaker. So while you giving out these deal breakers, make sure you know you a deal breaker.
And what else? That's really it. Sorry, Kendra, I'm nervous. I watch your show all the time. Sorry.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
At this point, I honestly don't even care. As long as you're attracted to me, I don't care. You could be white, Asian, black. It doesn't matter.
Okay, they're telling me you've been here before. Have you?
No, this is my first time.
It's her first time. Cousin, she's
Yes.
first time. Okay, you said you're open to all races.
Yes.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
mm, I guess 75K. I don't know, Kendra. Honestly, it's not really about the money to me because I'm gonna work every day and provide for my kids. So the money isn't really a big deal for me.
Okay.
The more. Ugh, sorry.
I like that answer. I like I like that answer, little mama. I like that answer. It just told me something about you. She'll get reasonable.
The most important thing to me is the love and the respect. Honestly.
Okay. And okay, let's do the Kendra cam.
All right. Give me 1 second.
Okay, look, you're in good shape. Okay, I
Thank
see you, mama.
It's not bad, little mama, but that's not the problem. You got a 1 year old and a 3 year old. No, hell no. Either one of them. You got two of them. You better go find that dude that gave them to you. And I don't care what you did, what kind of problem you got with them. You better get it together.
I'm
So we,
so. I can't believe you picked me. But go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, girl. All right, so we got Taylor, Texas, 29, Aries. Do you want more kids?
Yes, but it has to be a serious commitment before I do that.
Okay, seriously, before you do that. All right, Taylor. Um, when was your last relationship?
Mm, okay, Kendra, don't get mad, okay? So, me and my kid's father is complicated. We still live together, but we're not together. So that's the big yeah.
I gotta start calling my ladies out. I gotta start calling my ladies out. Let me tell you why.
She'll come up here looking for a man in that situation. Let me tell you why. Because women told her situation shouldn't matter to you. All that should matter is what she want. She thought she could bring this. Girl, you live with your baby daddy. Your baby 1 years old. And you on here looking for a man. Talking about y'all ain't together. And you wonder why men come and play with y'all. And y'all want people to be serious about y'all. It's just one crazy story after another. Jesus, she still live with her baby daddy. The baby 1 years old. She on here looking for another man. Yo, I was having some hope. I was just having some hope. I thought you would.
And I say this with love. I say this with love to my sisters, and I hope you receive this with love. But I get a lot of women who say things that there's piss in the dating pool, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were gonna move forward. I already know that some men would probably have a challenge with you having two young kids, a 1 year old and a 3 year old, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna move forward. Now you're telling us that you live with your baby daddy and you think a quality man is gonna want to date you in this position in your life.
Um, I don't see why not. I mean, we're not together. Like,
A quality.
Yeah, because her explanation should be good enough for him. If he a secure man, he shouldn't have a problem with her living with her baby daddy if he's secure and not just playing with her. Because men gonna come and play with you. The kind of men that gonna come and holler at you gonna be the kind of men that they don't give a damn that you live with your baby daddy. They ain't gonna do nothing with you. They ain't never gonna see nothing with you. They just seen all they needed to see when you did your Kendra cam. They're gonna be in your inbox with their shirt off, making muscles, because they know that's all you looking for anyway. Some meatloaf. That's all you looking for. You just want to have a good time. For real, for real. You looking for you living with your baby daddy. He don't do none of that for you. You're looking for somebody that'll give you a good time.
Man is not choosing a woman that has a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old that still lives with her baby daddy. That's not what a quality man is going to choose. Now, a man who might just want to have sex with you, who don't really have no future plans with you, he probably take you out because he don't want nothing. A man who in a relationship already and knows that he can mess with you on the low because you already live with your baby daddy, so it's an equal opportunity situation. But this is not what a man who was trying to set up a life with a woman would choose. And I feel like, as much as I love my ladies, there gotta be some housekeeping, right? And there's nothing wrong with you at least get your own place before you start looking for a new man.
That's what I'm working on, Kendra. I'm working on
Well, work on that and then.
Nobody trying to hear that. Girl, you a straight up mess. All right, a mess. A mess if I ever seen one. All right, oh my God. You really represented yourself this way? What kind of man you looking for? What kind of man you think would be interested in this? You think a serious man would be interested in this? And she would get upset if you came and played with her. But she looking to get played with because this the way she been taught. She been taught that you shouldn't want nothing. And what she just said should be a good enough reason for why she did with her baby daddy. And if she's whatever she say, you should be fine with, or you insecure. Another one of them things. You know what I mean? Tripping. Can't get serious. Won't get serious. She too old to grow up.
And work on dating.
Then call you back. Because I'm gonna come back on your show.
You're here now. I just want to keep it real with you. Like,
of course, I respect it. I love you, Kendra. I respect it.
Yeah, I love you back, and it's hard, but that's crazy.
I'm sorry, family. She getting on my nerves. That's enough of her. All right, go ahead, girl. I would think you were 16 years old. Okay, everybody, and we back swinging with Still Swinging, and I'm your host, Thomas, and we moving it right along, family. We got my girl Kendra G up. As always, family, you know I ain't seen much of this, maybe 15, 20 seconds of it. Look, she on the same planet with us. She looking for herself a man. Let's see if we can help her out, fellas.
Hey, Kendra.
Hey, what's your name?
Dion.
Dion, aren't you so pretty?
Oh, thank you.
Dion, where you calling us from, honey?
I'm calling from Calgary in Canada.
Oh, Canada. How old are you?
I'm going to be 36 end of May.
36, so that's a Gemini, right?
Yep.
36 on the way. You have any kids?
None.
No kids. What do you do for a living?
I do admin for a company, and I have my own body contouring company.
Body contouring company. All right, so this is Dion, Canada, 36, Gemini, no kids, owns her own admin company and body contouring company. Let's do it. What part of Canada?
First thoughts, family. Nice looking lady. Really nice looking lady. 36 years old, single, in Canada. She a lunatic, I bet you. 36 years old and that fine, and she's single to the point she on the Kendra G show. That means she ain't got no man she interested in. Look, nothing, no insight. She on here, and she look like that, and she 36 with no kids. That's telling me a lot. But look, she not a no, because I could be wrong. Let's just keep listening.
Alberta, so like west side, close to Vancouver.
People thought you were in your 20s.
Hey, I'll take it.
What kind of man you looking for, baby?
An older man, somebody who is funny, somebody who's loyal, somebody who is a good problem solver, somebody who's patient, somebody who's kind. Yeah.
Does he have to be? Huh?
Someone who's a gentleman and generous. Yeah.
Okay, a couple things I want to break down. So older, how much older?
Well, I'm gonna be 36. I don't want kids. He can have kids if he wants. So I'm thinking 38 to a good in shape 50.
Family, you got you a wannabe Canadian cutie on duty. All right, look, she looking for some man to come and take care of her. All right, she 36 years old. She out of her prime. All right, she finding it difficult. She on the Kendra G show. She need to expand her web. She gonna get the same thing. They looking for her 10, 12 years ago.
Okay, 38 to in shape 50. Generous. Break down what generous means to you.
Just somebody who's willing to not spoil. Somebody who's willing to help out. To be honest, I do want a provider. I'm not a gold digger or anything. I do work my own job. I love having my own company, but obviously somebody who does well for themselves.
Okay, so do you want to get married?
I do want to get married. Yeah, I was engaged before.
Okay.
I was with my ex-fiance.
You might put up with her about a week. All right, no, she a natural disaster. I'm telling you, she'll wreck everything. You're gonna be. I'm talking about your tires gonna be squealing getting away from her.
For 12 years, and I feel like I learned a lot from that relationship. Where I'm
you guys
ready
were together
to
for 12 years.
12 years out of high school. Yeah.
Why didn't you guys get married?
We didn't get married because we grew apart. We grew apart from being, what were we? 17 to 32. A lot changed.
Okay. Now, what was the question you said? Provider. So do you want to not work?
Oh, no, I want to work. I love my job. I love what I do. Yeah.
But you want him to provide, like, is that paying your bills?
No, she want him to provide everything, and she want to be able to be in the street. She want to be able to do what she want to do. She don't want no kids because she don't want to be tied down. She want whenever it's time, she could just transform and roll out. She don't want to have to think about the kids, and she want whatever happened. If anything happens, she could just leave. All right. She don't want no ties that she got to deal with and tighten up. All right. Listen, cutie on duty.
I don't know if
She ain't listen, she trying to patch your pockets. That's it.
you own your car, paying your car note. Like, what in ways would he provide for you that you desire?
Well, yeah, definitely. I would want us to live together, obviously, and I feel like the man provides the mortgage if that's what we're doing, and I like buy groceries and the utilities.
She ain't gonna provide nothing. She ain't gonna pay none of that stuff. And if you leave that stuff up to her, all that stuff gonna get turned off, and ain't nothing gonna be in that refrigerator. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You better know better. All right, she ain't gonna pay nothing when she know you fully capable of paying. All right, she not. Simple as that.
50-50, but you know what? You help and I help. We make it work together.
Okay. All right.
Her help, she gonna take her clothes off and get in the bed with you. That's what gonna be the extent of her help. All right, that's what she wanna do for all this stuff that she wants. All right, she don't want. You can't get nothing. The same thing you will be able to get if you just give her $400. You ain't getting nothing here, man.
Does he have to look a certain way?
No, I'm not picky. Honestly, at this time in my life, honestly, somebody who's attractive to me, I mean, attraction is a big part. But somebody who's funny, somebody who is loyal, I think somebody who can keep a conversation. I like talking about politics. I love.
No, bro. You give her $300-400 and you keep it moving. That's it. You don't listen to none of this from her. She 36 years old. Many of men done tried. You see her, right? Many of men done tried. She is impossible.
Talking about what's going on in the world. Somebody who can keep a conversation. It's something I really value.
Okay. Now let me ask this question directly. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
Well, of course, yeah. I feel 100K.
100K is the least.
The least, yeah.
You probably really want to say like 300K.
I just want a go-getter. I don't think there's anything wrong with somebody wanting a man or a woman who's a go-getter. Obviously, I don't make 100K. I make good money for myself, but it's because I have a drive. I have a drive to do well.
She ain't making nothing. Okay, her job is men. All right, her job been men, fellas. That's what her job been. Her job been men. She ain't been doing nothing, man. She ain't doing nothing. She just been a cutie on duty. That's it, bro. That's it. That's all she's still trying to be. Shit getting hard. She getting old.
For myself, and I think a person who doesn't make so much money might be harsh to say, but maybe they don't have that much drive. So I just want somebody who's driven.
Okay. And I'm assuming, do you normally date men that fit
about as driven as you, huh? I'm lazy. I want a man that's driven. Yeah, I know.
all these categories?
Kendra, let me tell you, I only had one boyfriend. That was my ex, one boyfriend. And since 2020, I've been like on dating apps and stuff like that. It's just been horrible. It's a horrible dating culture on these apps. I've met a lot of people, but not anybody.
It's a horrible dating atmosphere on those apps because people like you on there, predators, people who preying on people like you, and you ain't on a dating app looking for love. You're not looking for yourself a man. You're looking for somebody pockets to run.
With like substance that I want to marry. Yeah.
Well, because substance is not necessarily first. The money's first for you. There's a lot of guys with substance, but you might have to choose between substance and money.
I wouldn't say money's first for me. I don't go into a date asking how much do you make.
Well,
man, she could give a damn about no substance. Okay, the rent due. All right, that's what's going on with her. Cutie on duty, fellas. Listen, you can't believe in this. You can never think you could go and believe in this. You invest anything in this, you're going to lose. I promise you, fellas. Look, as always, it don't take much to be nice. We all got to live on this planet together, walking in and out of each other's space. Respect is important. Look, make sure you share the program. Like the program, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, still swinging out. I love you.